Rebecca, it is a somewhat blustery day there in Latrobe, but what's the atmosphere been like there among people at the polling booths?
Yeah, it sure is. I'm actually at Nixon Street Primary School in Burnie at the moment, but in Devonport at the moment, but indeed we have been at Latrobe as well. Now, you're right, it's an absolutely blustery, really Tasmanian sort of weather here, but that hasn't stopped people from showing up today. Now, we've had the yes and the no campaigners out pretty much from the start of the day, trying to win over the votes of those people that are undecided, and we've had a bit of a trickle of people coming throughout the day. We are in regional Australia, so of course that isn't ever a huge amount of people at any one point, but it has been steady. We've been having conversations with people both here and throughout the northwest of the state. I was in Latrobe a bit earlier, and here's what some of the people had to say.
I don't think we have a right to determine what happens to the oldest race on earth, and it's as simple as that. And for the very fact that I'm coming here voting, I'm a bit embarrassed to do that. So the least I can do is vote yes.
No.
And why did you vote no?
Just because I don't know. I haven't heard much information about it, but I don't know what it's really about. So I just voted no.
Yes, because I feel we live in a beautiful, beautiful country, and it is my pleasure and privilege to be able to live in this land that is so old in such a beautiful part of the world.
I don't understand why we need to have this today, so that's why I went no.
Now, Rebecca, Tasmania is in a unique political climate at the moment. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, certainly. So for a start, we have the only Liberal government in Australia at the moment, and our Premier and our Aboriginal Affairs Minister are amongst some of the people that have come out in a real show of support for The Voice, encouraging Tasmanians to get behind it and cast a yes vote. We also, at the moment, according to the polls, are the only state that is projected to deliver a yes vote. Now, that's by no means a foregone conclusion, but this is sort of where we're operating from at this moment. What is really interesting is that some of our major Aboriginal groups here, including the Tasmanian Aboriginal Centre, have been really vocal about their opposition to this voice. Some of the reasons behind that include that they feel that there have been a lot of advisory groups that have talked to government over the years, and that hasn't resulted in tangible outcomes. So they sort of see this as being symbolic rather than practical, and would like to see treaty and truth-telling prioritised and real avenues for sovereignty. That's not the only position that we are hearing from Aboriginal communities across this state. I spoke to an elder just before in Latrobe, and he told me that he has hope, and that despite a lot of the no conversations he's hearing, he still expects tomorrow morning he'll wake up and he'll find that Tasmania and indeed Australia has voted yes. And he says that even if it doesn't get up, for him, he will feel that the conversations that we have been having as a nation about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander needs and issues and wants have advanced these conversations, and there will only be positive steps forward in his view.
Tasmania is certainly a state to be watching as the count gets underway. Our reporter Rebecca Pridham there from Devonport.